Hello everyone, Rebecca here. I am Mama24. I hope you all are doing well. I'm coming at you today with a video for Inlovearts shop. I was sent these dies that you're looking at here for review, and I wanted to do that today. I've cut out some examples, and then I'm going to show you how I tweaked this die to make it the way I wanted it to function. And I will show you some tips and tricks on how to cut your dies through your die cutting machine to get them not to cut out a portion that you don't want cut out. And I'm also going to show you a tip that I learned from Faithful Designs by Christy if you're working with a die cutting machine that is not large enough for the die that you have. Alright, so I'm going to show you first of all the dies that I was sent to work with, and I'm going to start with this one here. It's a beautiful layering set. So you get frames and labels, and then it does cut out this center portion here. So there's two pieces in the set. I'm going to leave the name of the set along with the links in the description for you to go take a look at. I've also got a discount coupon code for you to utilize at the Inlovearts shop. So if you want to do some shopping over there, make sure you take advantage of the discount coupon code. So this is what this portion of the die cuts out. So you get 2-in-1 with this one. It cuts out both of these frames at once, but you don't have to use them. You can inlay them, or you can pop them up to make a sentiment or a greeting. Absolutely gorgeous. But in between that one, you also get this frame, and this one is what that die cuts out, and this is just absolutely stunning. If you cut them out in several colors, like say white and gold, you could get quite a beautiful layering card and room for a beautiful image or sentiment at the top. And then you're left with this portion of cardstock for you to use, or you could even use this. This is quite a beautiful piece on its own. So that is a square layering frames die. Really, really pretty. And then I chose some journal dies to play with. And I'm going to show you this one here. This is the one that I cut out exactly the way it was without tweaking it at all. So I'll start with this one. Okay, so this is, you get two of them in the set, and you'll see that the holes, they cut holes and they do line up. So you could make a really cute little journaling spot on a scrapbook page with a pocket on the one side and a photo mat on the other. Or you could use it to make a tiny little mini album. So the cutout pocket measures, it measures 4 3/4 by 3 3/8. And you do get the layering die to put on top of your pocket. So this is what this set cuts out, and this is what this set cuts out. So this one has a scalloped pocket on it. That is the only difference between them. So that is what they do. This is the correct portion. It does have all of the score lines, so you know exactly where to score your little pocket. And I'm going to show you a work in progress that I've got going on, an Easter project that I am doing to utilize these dies here. So these two pockets, this is the scalloped one and this is the regular one. I use double-sided paper for both of these projects. These tags do not go in the kit. Do not get cut out of the kit. So I did not cut out this die, but I just put an Easter die here, and the reinforcements I put on from a different die that I had. And then this is the portion that you could use as a photo mat, but this is what I chose to do with that one there. I thought it was super cute, the little bunny butts. And then this one here, again, the tags do not come with the die cut, But this is what this pocket cuts out. So this is the pocket portion, and then this is the other side. And I just did some little chickies in a basket here, but if these aren't the Inlovearts dies that I used for that. But yeah, a super cute little set, very reasonably priced, and Inlovearts Shops has all kinds of goodies for you to scoop up for your paper crafting projects. All right, so the next part of my video, I want to talk about this die set right here. So it comes with two significantly large dies, and I'm going to show you first exactly what they cut out. So this is like it's another album, and the holes for these two dies do line up. Now I'm going to tell you right away, and I could have read the measurements on the website, but I did not. I just assumed that these two would line up. You see, like the holes would line up to the projects. They do not. So if you are thinking that you're going to purchase these two and make an album where the holes will line up, they don't. So it's completely, the lines, the measurements between the holes are completely different. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so this is how this one cuts out. This I think would be super cute, cut out with a piece of acetate and to just use as a peeker page in a December daily. To me, this looks like a piece of lattice, and you could make this as a card front with vines going up. Would be really, really pretty for Easter. So that is in the set. And then you get this piece here. And I was really quite confused when I cut this out. So, all right, so it's supposed to fold up to make a pocket, and indeed it does. But it cuts out this bracket here in the center, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. So what I'm going to show you today is how I went about and made this my own so that it didn't cut out that bracket portion. So you do get the score line to fold it into the pocket, just like so. And then you're left with this like open tab. And I couldn't quite grasp what the designer was intending for this to be. So it's like you see, it's open there, and I couldn't quite understand exactly how this was supposed to be put together, and then what was the purpose of this. I'm not sure. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be so much nicer if I could figure out a way to cut out this die without cutting out this bracket here to make the tab in the center? Like, I can see how it would look really cute in an album with the tab sticking out. It would be really, really cool. And the holes do line up, see, with these dies here. So I can see how that would, it would look really cute. I didn't like the pocket open on the back like that. So I'm going to show you what I did. And I will also say that I think it was overlooked. They did not put the score lines in to make the bottom of your pocket, but you can just fold that in on itself and make the pocket. Okay, so here is what I did. And I'll just move this out of the way so I can show you better. I'll maybe keep this die out for reference. This is quite a large die. This one is going to be 6.5 wide. So if you have the regular Big Shot, you can only cut up to 6 inches. So you can put the die cut through your machine this way, but you cannot turn it and put it through this way. It's going to be a 1/2 inch too wide. So with my Big Shot Plus, I am able to do that, and I'll show you first how I was able to create this die cut using my machine, but not cutting this portion out. And first I'll show you what I actually made with my with my vision of the tab not coming out. So I've got this cute little pocket here. You can put your little tags in here. And I was going to make this a tag flip, so I ended up using a strip of cardstock to cover up my holes. You certainly would not have to do that. But this is what the opposite side looks like when you fold it over like so. And then your little pocket, and you can see that the bracket is not cut in the center there. And indeed, it is not cut on this as well. So let's get into this. I'm going to pull my Big Shot Plus into the frame here so I can show you what I did. For those of you who do not have a Big Shot Plus, I do have a little tip for you at the end of this video, so stick around for that. So I've cut a piece of cardstock for the right size of my large die here, and I'm going to use some micropore tape to just tack this die on. I only tacked it down in 2 areas. So I'm doing 2 corners is what I ended up doing. You can put the tape wherever you like. All right, so now all you're gonna do is only put your die through to the portion where it's not gonna cut the bracket out. And be careful not to go too close because it can start to put an impression into the paper. And we're gonna do this to all 4 sides. And I'm going to do the shorter sides first. So this is the portion you could do without a Big Shot Pro or Plus. And the roller is in the center here of your Sizzix or your cutting machine. So I'm going to make sure to not go a whole lot further than this. And then I'll bring it back out. I'm going to turn this over to show you that it didn't cut any of the bracket portion, but I am starting to get the impression cut out from the other side. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing to this side, going just up to before the bracket. So this time you can see it cut out the holes for my cute little album, but it did not cut any of that center bracket. So this is where it gets a little bit scary. I'm going to show you, because we can go down quite a ways before we get near the bracket portion that we don't want to cut out. But on this side, I'm going to show you how to do this with your bone folder. And that is the trick that Faithful Designs by Christy showed us. And when I saw her video, my mind was like blown. I'm like, I'm so gonna try that, even though I have a Big Shot Plus, but I had the exact bone folder she was showing. And yeah, so that's really, really cool. I'm going to just cut this part here. And keep in mind, this is the side of the die that is 6.5 inches wide. So in the Big Shot Plus, you can cut a regular letter size paper. You can put an 8.5 by 11 size paper in here. Okay, so it cut the top, my pocket, and it started to cut that little score line, which is perfectly fine. Now all we need to do is cut the bottom of this portion. So I'm going to move my Big Shot out of the way and pull in my scoring tool and show you the little trick that Christy taught us. This is the bone folder. It's a Martha Stewart bone folder. If any of you have been paper crafting for a while, you'll probably have this exact bone folder in your stash. They are either cream or a light green like mine is here. I don't know what this is made of, but going over the die doesn't even put scratches into this bone folder. Do not do it with your Teflon bone folder. You will damage it, so make sure you have this type of bone folder, or even I would say a metal ruler or something that wouldn't damage your paper by rubbing on it, but this kind of bone folder is what Christy was using, so this is what I'm going to use as well. All you're going to do is, with your paper, your die still stuck into place, you're going to run the edge of your bone folder just along the spot of the die that you want your paper to be cut out. And I'm going to make sure that I do not get up into the bracket here that I was completely trying to avoid in the first place. And you just got to pull it along until you're seeing the edge of the die actually coming through to show that it's cut. And the side is usually what I'm using. And there it is, it's done. So there we go, a nice clean cut with the bone folder. And here is our finished pocket without the bracket cut out. Isn't that cool? So now all we needed to do is to fold it up. And I've got the little score marks started here so I know where to go. This score mark gets folded over and you put glue on it to make a pocket. And then this one, you could bring in your scoreboard to make the score line, or you could just fold it over with the paper as your guide and tape it into place just like so. And there you have a cute little pocket without the little tab sticking out. So I hope you take a look at the dies that you have in your stash already. Make them work harder for you instead of you paying more money for dies. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope you use the links in the description box below to get a discount on your next purchase at the Inlovearts shop. Thank you Inlovearts shop for sending me these supplies to play with, and I will be back with you in another video soon. Bye bye everybody.